Assalamu alaikum, peace be with you. Thanks for continuing this chat with me all the way to the end of Ramadan. And we've been discussing, as you know, the Quran in dialogue with other faiths and scriptures. And having done all of these various topics we did during the month, I hope that by now your appetite is whetted and you want to do more studies. You want to explore the books a little bit further. So let me introduce the various scriptures to you, at least some of them, so that you can go further with them and with a better understanding and clearer picture of the scriptures we've been referring to in all of the past 29 episodes. So, first of all, the Quran. This is a book revealed to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, some 1400 years ago. In fact, he was born approximately 1500 years ago. When he was about 40 years old, he began receiving revelations. And those revelations have been given to him a piece at a time over a period of 23 years, eventually collected in this book. So we have the original Arabic, and in a parallel column, we have the English translation available. But you may also be able to find an English translation, just pure and simple. And we spoke about the New Testament a lot. So this is basically a copy of the New Testament. It's been written in Greek, translated into English. And the New Testament is so called by our Christian friends because they believe that in the story that it tells of Jesus, on whom be peace, it indicates that Jesus received a new covenant, a new agreement, a new testament from God. And so they call this book the New Testament. So what do they call the scriptures and writings that they recognize as divinely given, but that came before Jesus, on whom be peace? They call that the Old Testament. What they call Old Testament is what our Jewish friends basically call the Tanakh, or the sacred scriptures, the Jewish scriptures. And this is a copy of the Tanakh. It's written mostly in Hebrew, also with some parts in Aramaic, and of course it's translated into English. This is a copy of the Tanakh. Now, the Tanakh, the Jewish scriptures, plus the New Testament together, I want to see which way am I going to put it. Okay, so together, the two of them form what we call the Holy Bible, which is the Christian Bible. So this is a combination of this and this. Now, I know it doesn't look like the size enough is going to justify that combination, but there's a lot of things that make a book the size that it is, including the thickness of the paper and especially the size of the font. The Christian Bible is a combination of the Christian New Testament plus the Jewish scriptures. Now, turning to the Eastern religions, because there are many, I wanted to introduce you to this book edited by Harold Coward and others. It's entitled Readings in Eastern Religion. So in this book, we have some selections from some of the scriptures of the other religions, just to get your feet wet with the subject. So in terms of Shinto, you would have selections from the Kojiki and the Nihongi, or Nihon Shoki, and from Taoist thought, you have the Tao Te Ching, and from Sikhism, you would have the Guru Granth Sahib, and so on. We also have here the Analects from Confucius, being one of the four main books that are recommended for readers on Confucian thought. And in the Analects, we have sayings of Confucius. When sometimes you get a joke saying, this is a wisdom from the Chinese sages, something like what is mentioned in this book, the Analects. And the Upanishads is a philosophical writing. Now we're into Hinduism with this book, the Upanishads, giving us a philosophy about how our existence, how it relates to the wider universe. Here there's the concept of Brahman, which is the universal soul, us as individual souls, the Atman, and how this Atman can get melted into the greater universal soul, the Brahman, almost like a drop of water falling into an ocean and becoming lost therein. We have one of the Hindu writings called The Laws of Manu. This is a law book about how to govern society. Though it was meant to ensure peace and justice and fairness for everyone, this book has been criticized by modern Hindus for its misogyny and its treatment of the lower castes and its prescription of harsh punishments, especially for those of the lower caste. We have some very interesting books, story books. This is the Ramayana, depicting the story of Ram and his wife Sita and the monkey god Hanuman. And we have the Bhagavad Gita, a short book, a quick read, depicting something about our Dharma and karma. So Dharma is, what you have been placed in life to be, and you just have to fulfill that role. You do that well, you rack up good karma. And then there's an interesting story about the conflict that could give rise to. What if you're placed in a situation, this is what you have to do, but you know that it's not quite right? How do you resolve that? Story in the Ramayana. Now, the Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita is part of a larger epic called the Mahabharata. Okay, a lot of interesting stories as well. And a very ancient book of laws, the Dharma Sutras. And this also is a law book for Hindus, traced back to very ancient times. I should have held up a copy of the Rig Veda, but unfortunately I left it on my kitchen table forgetfully. And now we come to Buddhism. Buddhism, here is a book entitled the Dhammapada, which is a collection of sayings of Siddhartha Gautama, otherwise known as the Buddha. Of course, this is only one of the texts in the Tripitaka, the threefold set of texts, but we can't hold them all up in this short chat with you. Hopefully that gives you a broad overview of the variety of texts and scriptures that are out there. And if you're interested, I hope you are interested in taking this chat further between you and your friends, and maybe you'll call me into the discussion as well. I wish you all the best, and I want to close by saying that tomorrow is going to be Eid, so I want to wish you in advance Eid Mubarak. May Allah bless you, bless all of your loved ones, bless the entire ummah of our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, bless the entire world. May Allah bless the fish that swim in the ocean, the birds that fly in the sky, the animals that crawl on the ground or walk on the ground. May Allah bless his entire creation, keep the universe running for us. May Allah keep the air good that we breathe, give us pure water, and keep the sun shining for us day after day. So I wish you all the best. May Allah bring you happiness on this day of Eid and forevermore, you and all of your loved ones. So thanks for joining me throughout this month for the 30 chats, and peace be with you and the mercy and blessings of God. Eid Mubarak.
Assalamu alaikum. This is Muslim Media Hub. There's so much that happens in this building.
This is where we produce the television show called Let the Quran Speak.
And there are podcasts, shows, and documentaries in progress.
As you can see, this building is very essential for the good work that we're doing. This is why we purchased it for $2 million.
We've already paid off about a third of this building.
And we have another $84,000 to pay this year.
We're looking for 84 kind souls to give $1,000 each. Can you be one of those people?
I hope you will, or give whatever you can. Every dollar counts.
Thank you, and may Allah bless you and your loved ones this Ramadan and always.
Peace be with you. Assalamu alaikum and Ramadan Mubarak.
Assalamu alaikum.